Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? How are you? Welcome to Ags Fearless, where we talk about our dreams, goals, aspirations, and problems. How are you guys doing? Fine, I hope. I'm just trying to get ready because today we have a great show for you. I think. Um, Here's the thing. I don't know if I was. Hey, what's going on, Miss Anya? I don't know. She said, "Let's get this party started." Hey, Chris. Hey, Miss Anya. How you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for showing up again, because you guys always do. I appreciate you. Um, I don't know if I talked about last night what we were going to talk about today. I know I did the day before that, but today is our 49th episode. 49th episode. Here's the thing. 49th episode straight. So we're not even talking about, oh man, you've been on here for 49 episodes. Like, it's not just 49, it's 49 straight episodes, right? So that means that we have not taken any days off, not one. And we're not going to take any days off for the next 51 days. Why are we doing this? Because I have a goal to get to 100. And how do you get to 100? By doing it one at a time. Okay? That's what we do. So, how are you? What did you guys make for supper? Excuse me. What did you guys make for supper? Talk to me. Chris and Miss Anya, they're always with me. Okay, buddy. Man, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Christopher. I appreciate you, Miss Anya. Hey, buddy. Caden's walking in. The kiddo. So anyway, I was just watching myself. I'm like, eh. Anyhow, um, but no, I appreciate you guys showing up. Today, we're gonna talk about the power of our vocabulary and why it's so important to expand it as much as we possibly can. Right? Why is it so important for us to expand our vocabulary? Hey, what's going on, Renita? How are you, dear? All right. So I want to get a jump on that. Hold on, let's for those of you who are new to Axe Fearless, first off, welcome. Thank you for showing up. Second off, there's usually a 60-second delay in what I see and hear, and vice versa. So if I ask you a question, it's going to take a minute or so for me to see it and then respond. Okay, so if I ask you a question um, and you don't respond immediately, it's okay. If you ask me a question, give me a little bit until I see it and then I'll answer it. All right. So for those of you who don't know who I am, let me give you a quick introduction and then we'll just kind of go on from there. My name is Fearless Cummings. I've been coaching for about 23 years, certifiably as well as insane. I attended the Meta Institute for a plethora of different coaching certifications, therapeutic coaching, NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, master practitioner, hypnotherapist, you name it, I got it. I assure you of it. But today, ladies and gentlemen, today's day 49. So if you don't mind, can we get a round of applause? Can we get a round of applause for live coaching, building, and Q&A? Can we get a round of applause for this? Why are we clapping for this? Why is this a huge round of applause moment? Thank you, Renita. Thank you, dear. The reason why this is so epic is because tomorrow is our 50th episode, which means we're to the halfway point. Halfway of what? Halfway to 100, right? I've been wanting to do this for about 10 years, and I've done nothing, right? I've thought about it. I dreamt it. I imagined myself doing it. I role played myself doing it. Until 51 days ago, I met a friend of mine. I think I can consider her a friend, which again, I don't use that word lightly. I don't. She said to me that she was selling this product, and she said that they told her sell 15 pieces, 15 days for 15 minutes. Okay? 15 days, 15 minutes, 15 pieces, right? And I kind of thought like, man, that's that's kind of a hell of a thing. And then I just ran off and started doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like doop doop stopped and then just went. And I've been doing this ever since. So people at my door like I'm like Mr. Rogers or something. Hey, what's going on, Miss Jessica? So like yeah, so we got that going on, but we're still here, right? 49 days later, right here. And for those of you who consistently show up, thank you so much. At first, man, it was just me and Jessica. I was so nervous doing this that I had her in my ear as I was working. You know, I'm like, hey, I'm scared. Come with me. She's like, cool, I got you. So I would take my my thing out, stick it in my ear, and I would just go, right? And now I do it on my own. I have a set time. I don't let anything mess up my time, and I just go. And I do this for you guys and myself. So I appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you guys so much. I do have a warning. My warning is, hold on, let me read my statement. Let me read my warning statement to you. My statement is this: in this channel, your beliefs will be challenged, your values will be examined, your morals, excuses, even your thinking. The thoughts inside your noodle will be put on trial, mine included. Okay. On this channel, we do not do superfluous talk. What do I mean by that? Everything that we talk about is deep. Okay. We talk about our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, our plans. We also talk about our problems. We talk about our pain. We talk about the things that have prevented us from moving forward. Man, some of us, we get deep down and nasty about figuring out who we are and where we're going. So here's the thing. This channel is not for the fragile. This channel is not for the faint of hearts. This is for people that are open, honest, and more importantly, ready to transform their lives. So I will say this. If accountability, responsibility, ownership, expanding your thinking isn't on your to-do list, then, well, I suggest that you please do not like, please do not follow, subscribe, or even share. Matter of fact, I don't even want people knowing that you know about me. Hey, John, what's going on, brother? Right? But if you're ready for just a little bit of accountability, just a little bit of ownership, it ain't even got to be much. Just be on the fence trying to throw that other leg over. Then you're welcome to Ags Fearless. Pull up a chair. Welcome. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so yeah, so that's kind of where we are. John, how you doing, brother? Oh wow, Jerry, man, drive carefully, man. Are you by yourself or I don't think Rebecca's with you. Are you alone driving? Because I'm just saying, man, please be careful. Hmm. Hmm. I know you are, little brother. I know you are. Hmm. So, this this morning, uh, before we before we get started, okay, awesome. Just want to make sure you're safe, Jerry. Uh, today, this morning, my little brother and I got some news that our father had passed, and I've like majority of y'all know how I grew up. I talk about it often. Um, so I didn't really grow up with our dad like that at all, but John did. Like he was there for John from infancy and until this morning. Excuse me, last night. So like my little brother is kind of he's going through it right now. Um, I look at things a little differently. Um, like I love my father, right? I talk about that openly. Um, I the way that I look at uh death isn't the same as others. I don't um oh yeah, hey. Um I guess I don't see it the same way. Um like I could be sad, which I am, but I'm also joyful as well that my father gets to be with his wife, number one, and he ain't gotta worry about no more bullshit. Number two. You know what I mean? So all right, indeed, thank you. Um so yeah, so we, so my brother is my brother's a soldier, man. My brother is that guy is yeah, man. John, it's so funny, man. John and I are 18 years apart. So we literally did not grow up. I was away. I was going to school. I was doing my own stuff. I was and all these other things or whatever as he was growing up. So being a big brother, I never was for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and a lot of that is on me in general. Uh, being a father, being a business owner, all kinds of stuff or whatever. So I didn't step up as a brother like I should have. Um, but watching my little brother step up in this situation in general, like my heart and my respect goes out to him in general, man. Like in general. Like I told him, man, let me know where you need me at so I can be there. Or whatever. So like man, my brother is what I'm saying, my brother's a good man. He's a damn good man. Proud to know him. So yeah, no, thank you guys. Let's kind of get into it because we got a lot to talk about today. Um so today we're gonna talk about the power of vocabulary, the power of your language, the things that come out your pie hole. All right, so as your life coach, uh let me tell you what I do and don't do. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm not here to coddle or sugarcoat anything. A kind word, yes, but we ain't doing that coddling shit. So sorry to tell you. Um, I'm not here to want your goals more than you do. I know other coaches are like, man, we're gonna make it there together. No, we will not. Some of y'all got dreams, goals, and aspirations, and you ain't gonna do nothing with it. And that's on you. I want nothing to do with that. I only mess with people who want something, who are willing to put their fears, even standing on their fears to go make it happen. That's what we do here. I'm not here to fix you because you're not broke. Hey, what's up, Rebecca? right? You might be scuffed, dinged, cracked, bent, scuffed. Broke is not one of them, right? So what am I here to do? Well, simply I'm here to change your what to how. Most of the problems that we have isn't based on the what, it's based on how we think about it. As a professional reframer, I help people to practically create step-by-step approaches to our dreams, goals, aspirations, and or problems. If we can figure out the how, the what ain't nothing. Okay? Let's keep it pushing. Now, with this, here's my promise to you. It's not a guarantee, it is a promise. But I guess I can guarantee you from my standpoint, but not for yours. Here's my thing. Number one, I'm not going to tell you or suggest, or I'm not going to tell or suggest you to do anything that, number one, I haven't done myself. Number two, I'm not currently doing or not willing to do. And number three, that I'm not willing to go or do right along with you. Okay? So, majority of my presentations are all, for the most part, cookie cutter. The coaching part, the transformation part comes in when you ask questions. So the more questions you ask, the better off you're going to get this stuff, right? Okay, so let's move to the next one. All right, so please go grab yourself a pen pad or whatever you need to focus. Good. All right. All right, so snacks, drinks, blanket snuggie, open mind, walkie-talkie, or reading glasses in Jerry's case. Go grab something. Okay. Repetition is key. Anything worth knowing, learning, or teaching or understanding revolves around this one word. So the one thing that we will do. Good evening, Ms. Yachty. Congratulations on your car. I actually saw it from outside. You have a Chevy Cruze around 2000s, and it's gray color. Am I right? I actually wanted one of those cars at one time. No joke. I wanted the manual because I love manuals. So, boom. But congratulations to Yachty. Like I love anything where our group bands together and or together or individually builds on their shit. Good job, Yachty. You're gonna have to take me for a ride. I want you to drive me around somewhere. I don't know where, but Yachty, Yadira, I'm gonna need you to take me somewhere. Can we do that? Miss Yachty, can you take me somewhere? I need you to drive me somewhere. I don't care where it is. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Please ask as many questions as humanly possible because I am only here to help. Is somebody doing their laundry without being asked? Good job, son. I mean, good job. All right. Knock it out. Sorry for bothering you. Look at this. My kid is doing his laundry without me asking. What is happening today? Yachty gets a new car. Caden's doing his laundry. I mean, my father gets to go hang out with his wife. Great things are happening. Great things. Good things. Like I said, the way I see people passing is totally different than the way others do. Even my mom, I was so happy when she transitioned, man. Like I remember thinking like like you miss people, but then it's kind of like, man, like you're so happy. Like I don't know if you guys really understand that, and hopefully I can help you get to that point where you're happy for that transition. You know, like happy to, and not only that, but I'm also a part of my father. You know what I mean? Like I'm a part of him. So there's nothing I could say or do that's not a part of that, right? I mean, even my mom, my stepmom and biological or whatever, like they're a part of me. Like I remember the last, it's so crazy. My stepmom, and I say this respectfully, I remember more of her lessons than I did with my actual biological mom. I remember the things that my stepmom, which is John's mother, told me, which I've been knowing that woman since I was 8 years old. So it's my mom too, you know. But I've been some of the lessons that I learned was from her. Like the way, like if I borrow money from to a person or whatever, right? She used to tell me, she used to say, listen, if you, she said, I will always loan you money, always. As long as you pay it back, I don't care how much money it is, I will always give it to you. And I used to think about that when I loan other people money. I'm like, okay, cool. As long as you get it back to me, that's what's up, right? And so, and also taught me some other stuff too, but yeah, like that's always a big one for me. So, all right. So anyway, so here is um our cheat sheet: clear thinking, emotional regulation, fast pattern recognition, creative, more creative solutions, and better communication. Right, and then you'll get a bonus one at the end. So hold. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I've had an amazing day and I've had a pretty crushing day all at the same time. Love you too, sweetheart. I got some ups, I got some downs, I got some spirituality ups, got some spirituality downs. But when I was putting this thing together, I was thinking, you know what, man, there's something missing. There's a part of this presentation that's missing. You know, on Saturday Night Live, they had the cowbell. He said, I'm sick. And the prescription is I need more cowbell. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I need something from you. I don't need a like or share or follow. I mean, if you want to do that, that'd be great. Ladies and gentlemen, I need a hell yeah. Can I get my hell yeah? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Miss Renita. Can I get my hell yeah? I can't start without it, ladies and gentlemen. You know the drill. Yachty, can I get a hell yeah? You got a brand new car. I got a hell yeah from my boy, my guy, Christopher Mother effing Datey. Can I get one from Miss Anya? Jer Bear, what? Miss what? Melissa's here? That's crazy. What? She's never usually here with us, is she, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, Melissa. We appreciate you coming. Where's Jessica? Is Jessica around? Rebecca, where you at, dear? I pop in from time to time. Jerry, buddy, are you good, man? You're not driving, are you? You got your coworker. You got a co-driver, right? Please tell me you do. Okay. All right, now, man, what? Even John is giving me a hell yeah. I appreciate that, my guy. Love you, little brother. You're a good man. And I don't say that lightly. You're a good man. Thank you guys, man. Thank you. Okay. Look at her. Look, y'all, look at Miss Anya. Jesus Lord. Dude, Anya, you gotta chill, dear. Chill. Good God. Yachty, get your girl. What's going on here? Anya is crazy. And you're doing a fine job, little brother. You're doing a fine job. All right, you guys, man, let's get started. So how do y'all like this picture right here? Today we're going to start doing word of the week. Right? We're going to start doing a word of the week. uh, in general, because number one, I like words, as you can obviously tell. And yeah, I think that that's the best way to learn stuff. So, all right, so our word of the week, we started it off yesterday, which was problem, the word problem. And that definition is a matter or situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needing to be dealt with or overcome. Okay. Now, let me, do you guys understand how to expand your vocabulary? Because most people don't know. So I'm going to show you. You do it with this little thing right here called synonyms. A synonym is like the word that you're talking about. So if we're talking about problem, we will, a synonym is like the word problem. Okay. It's not the exact same word because we don't have the exact same words in our in our as definitions as words or whatever. So like and love are, so I mean they're different. I mean you can say they're very similar, but they're very different, right? So the word problem and the word Katzenjammer, which we were talking about yesterday, they're different. Okay. So a Katzenjammer by definition means a confusion or uproar. The Katzen is a German word which basically means a cat meowing, and jammer means distress. So it's kind of like being drunk with a headache. The headache is like cats just meowing, and the jammer is like being drunk. So that's basically what it is, right? Now, if the next time somebody's talking to you about a problem or whatever, this word will probably come to mind because it's in the same family as problem. You get what I'm saying? So for now on, we're going to have a word of the week. Today it's problem. Our synonym, our daily synonym, because we'll have a daily synonym to this word. So boom. Don't worry, we'll get it figured out. Don't worry. I got you. So our word this for today, it's Katzenjammer. Katzenjammer, but the word of the week is problem. Okay, good. Now that we got that, all right, let's keep it moving. The power of our vocabulary. Let's get it started. Okay. Uh, fun fact: language shapes our reality. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but different cultures have different words for emotions that we don't have. So, like in Dutch, they have, is that I think it's Zeiglig or Ubuntu and Zulu. Um, and those words they basically shape how people experience life. So for us, we might use words like feelings or emotions or this, that, and the other or whatever, but they use a totally different word because they have a totally different tongue for stuff, right? And that's also one of the reasons why I'm always asking people, what does that word mean to you? As a life coach, as a friend, as whatever, I'm always asking people, what does that word mean? Because based on your definition, if our definitions aren't coinciding together, then guess what? We're going to be arguing about something, right? Because our definitions are off. Okay. So anyway, let's jump in. All right. So clear thinking. Um, how does having the right word help define the real problem? Can anybody answer that question for me? How does having the right word help define the real problem? And here's the thing: you can look at the bullets. It's fine. It's already there, right? You can look at the bullets. And our second one is, what happens when your thoughts have sharper edges? And that basically means that what happens when your thinking is so intrusive, or the words that you use, because it's your words that create these thoughts, feelings, this and the other, right? You have to have something to describe it. So we use words. I'm not upset. I'm upset because of such and such's behavior, right? The way that we structure our language will shape the way that we structure our reality, if that makes any sense. So the question is, how does having the right word help define the real problem? Right? How does that work? Right? Like when we're thinking about certain issues that we have, how is having the right vocab and the right definition, how does it help you solve the real problem? Remember, we talked yesterday about what did we talk about yesterday? Whatever we were talking about yesterday, I think it was along the problem, understanding an actual problem, right? And again, going back to repetition, everything that we do is repetitive, right? So this is basically the same question, just from a different standpoint. So how does having the right words help define the actual problem that we have? See what I mean? So Rebecca, did you send those not text messages, emails to those people at the college today? Right. So that was one of the issues or problems that we had yesterday with um an email being sent to somebody or whatever. And Rebecca's like, dude, I sent 3 questions, but they only answered one. And so we talked about, okay, well, what are some of the possible things that we can do with this? Right. So we talked about laying it out a little bit better. Instead of making them 3 sentences or whatever, maybe we can actually number each question that you have, so then they know that it's 3 questions as opposed to just one paragraph. Okay. There you go. Thank you, dear. Having the right words help clarify things. Exactly. Thank you. That's all it does. That's all it does. You'd be surprised how many times that I'm talking to Jessica about something, and she's like, dude, use your words, bro. Because I'm always assuming that she already know what I'm thinking, which is shitty, right? Who wants to talk to somebody who's like, man, you should know what I'm thinking? No, I shouldn't. Right? So, I mean, I get in trouble with that constantly. Right? But better language, better clarity. Right? So that's the reason why we want to understand not only the definition of words that we're using, but we want to expand our lexicon out a whole lot more than what we do. Okay? All right. Let's move to the next one. Number 2, emotional regulation. What emotions are you really feeling, and can you name it? Okay, and again, like I said, you could cheat and look down at the bullets. Naming it tames it, right? If you can't name it, you can't tame it. What is that emotion? Use your words. What is that? But most of us, unfortunately, don't have that big of a lexicon when it comes to expressing what some of these things actually mean, right? That's why reading books, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Christopher. He's right, and it provides the best explanation, correct. Um, that's the reason why reading is so imperative, not only for young people, but even as you get older. Get those synapses firing off. I almost was late because I got like 10 more pages left on my book. The perfect divorce that I was talking to y'all about yesterday. I'm almost done with this thing. And this has absolutely nothing to do with life coaching. It's a fictional book. Fiction. But all the words, some of the phrases, some of the things that they talk about, it expands my thinking. Right? I love a good story. Okay. And then how does labeling your emotion help lower its intensity? Well, if you know exactly what it is, then you can do something against it. Right? There's this Latin phrase called premonitus premunitus. I used to have these shirts, and it's Latin, and it means to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Okay? So to be forewarned is to be forearmed. What does that mean? That means that if I know what's coming, I can arm myself against it. Think about that. If I know what's coming, I can prepare myself. I can arm myself against it. Am I still going to get fucked up in the process? Probably. But at least I saw it coming. How many people have been knocked off, had no idea that it was coming? Because they didn't think that far ahead. Right? You guys follow me in this? Okay, if you can label it, do you know what you're dealing? Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Renita. If you can label it, if you can name it, you're going to know exactly how to battle up against it. Right? And specific words will calm your nervous system, which will lower your heart rate, which will lower your blood. Think about that. Certain words can do that. You got to remember, why do you think that they call the Bible the good book? No. Did you know that like the word Bible comes from, is it Greek? I think is it Greek? Yeah, I think so. It's broken up from biblio, which means book. So if somebody is a bibliophile, it means that they're a book lover, right? Bibliophile, right? Yadi, do you remember what the name of our book club that we were gonna do? Wasn't it like the? Hold on, dude. I know I wrote that down somewhere. I wrote it down somewhere. I wanted to see. Do you or Anya remember the name of our book club? It was like a really long name, y'all. It was like the Floxanosity Helipilification Special Dimensional Intergalactic Troglodyte Bibliophiles. It was like extremely long. And I was actually gonna get a buy the domain name for it. But I'm like, dude, there's nobody on Guys Green Earth that's gonna write all that shit in there. It was so long. Was it like 30? I don't even know. It was crazy long. I'm gonna get it for y'all. But anyway, so that's one of the reasons why I love to read so much, is because there's certain words, there's certain phrases, there's certain stories that will lower everything within you. There's stories that will inspire you. There's stories that will make you cry. There's stories that will enlighten you. And there's stories that will just damn well just piss you off. Right? I mean, sometimes I love reading books more because sometimes I'll jump ahead, I'll skip ahead and read what whatever. I'm just saying there's an emotional regulation to reading that I love. And here's the thing. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but if you guys don't read a lot, it's okay. I'm okay with that. What I would ask is that you find something that you like to learn about. And even if it's not a whole entire book, even if it's you know what, fuck it. Even if you don't want to read, listen to a podcast, right? Listen to a book on tape. Like, read just a little excerpt every so often. If you're sitting in the bathroom, you read text messages, don't you? You read emails, don't you? Read something. Expand your lexicon out a little bit. Okay? All right. So, fun fact time. Your brain treats words like tools. By show of hands, how many of you knew this? Studies show that having more words literally reshapes how your brain organizes thoughts, like upgrading your mental toolbox. By show of hands, how many of you knew that? And if you didn't know that, say no. Say no. I will say I knew that because, obviously I love reading, right? And I read that years ago, right? But if you did not know that, just say no, okay? Or just put an N. What? Of course you knew that, Rebecca. Really? Okay. What about the rest of y'all? You dear, did you know that? I'm just saying it's pretty crazy. So your brain treats words like toolboxes. I don't know about you, but that's why I love a good word. Love them. I love words. Love them. I love them. One of my favorite words. Um, yeah, one of my favorite words is floxinocity, hilopilification. That's one. Um, Another word is troglodyte. I like that word. I like saying it. I'm a I'm a bibliotroglodyte. A troglodyte is a cave dweller. I'll be in a cave with a book. Hmm? I'm a bibliotroglodyte. All right, well, it's all good. And well, yeah, but Miss Anya reads a lot too, like a lot. Like she's kind of like me. She doesn't go anywhere without a book, like nowhere. Like I remember I had to take her home one time just so she could run back in and go grab her book and then come back out. Like whenever we go somewhere, we always have a book with us, no matter where we go, no matter what. We always got a book. Okay. All right, let's move to the next one. All right, so number 3, fast pattern recognition. Everybody, I'm asking, I don't care who answers the question, how many times does something need to happen in order for it to be a pattern? How many times does something need to happen in order for it to be a pattern? Give it to me. I don't give a shit how you do it. Give me something. How many times? Renita, 3. Anybody else second that? Jennifer, wow, hey. How are you, Miss Taylor? You guys will be correct. Yadi. Yes, 3. Yes. Old patterns become, sorry. What old patterns does this resemble? Right? Again, when we use certain words, it will automatically take you back to a certain part in history. Right? It just does that. If you brought a person from the 1800s, they probably gonna tell you, yeah, over here. Hey, where's the Steed Ranch at? Well, it's probably about two clicks up, and take a ride on such and such, and uh, it's clear out past the orchard out yonder, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they'll just say something. Like I like to say, I reckon every so often, right? I reckon it's about 3 o'clock. You know, I mean, I just think that it's fun to talk about those type of things. Hold on, let me see. Do I have it up here? Nope. I guess maybe I don't. Hmm. Nope. I got So over on the other side, here, let me show you. Let's see. Over here, you see this book. Um, this bookshelf behind me is like 12 swirls or whatever. But that bookshelf over there has all of the books on language. So like I love expanding my vocabulary. So that's where I go for books like that. Like I said, the books that I have over on the wall over here with the lights, all of those are fiction books. The ones that I have where my television is behind me, up underneath that, I have business books. Up here, right above me, is philosophy on the first shelf, and then religion on the other shelf. And then downstairs is just a mirage of just different books from different genres. So again, I love to read, as you can obviously see. Um, so can your language help you connect the dots? And again, we're talking about pattern recognition, right? Who was it? I think it was Einstein who said that it's not that I'm smarter than you. It's literally just that I connect more dots than you do. That's it. It's not that I'm smarter than you. It's that I connect more dots than you. That's all. When I'm listening to another person talk to me, all I'm doing is connecting the dots. That's it. I use your language to connect you from where you are to where you've been to where you're going. That's it. It's no simpler than that. I use what you say to me and also what you're not telling me to predict where you're going based on where you've been. Yes, ma'am. Seeing the bigger picture behind every story. And that's the reason why I read so much. That's the reason why I can't just, for like years, I used to read um, motivational books, business books, self help books. I did that for years, years. And then one day I sat down and I read a John Grisham book and I just fell in love with those type of books because it expanded my thinking. Right? Like I and I still one of my favorite genres of books is young adults. Love young adult books. Love them. Love them. My favorite author from the young adult books would have to be Neil Schusterman. That dude is amazing. He wrote this series called the Scythe series. Dude. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god. Whatever. Sorry. Let's go. Let's jump back in here. I'm sorry. Sorry. As you can tell, whenever I start talking about books, like I will go down that hole. But sorry, I'll keep going. So vocabulary speeds up insight, right? So the more words you know, the more words you can understand and comprehend, or whatever, it will speed up certain insights on certain things, right? It'll speed shit up for you, right? And the great thing about it is that you can just start learning stuff, right? You can just start learning it. You know how many different words there are for snow? Ask, what is it? Inuit? Inuit. We used to call them Eskimos, but now we call them Inuits, right? Inuits. Inuits. Is it Inu- is it Inuits or Inuits? I don't know. One of y'all can tell me, right? But I'm just telling you, I love to read. So, like, I am a tatted up fucking nerd. Like, I love reading. Inuits. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. Inuits. Right. Because I mean, they were like, we're not Eskimos. Like, where did you get that from, right? I'm just saying. All right. So, bullets are vocabulary speeds up insight, categorize creates clarity. Okay. So, let me give you a real quick lesson in this. So, if we're talking about, matter of fact, how about this? How about I do this? Um, give, how about this? How many words are there for snow? Okay, give me one sec. All right, let's see. Okay, so English has about 20 to 10 to 20. You guys, I don't know if you guys could see this. Sorry if you can't. So there are a bunch of different words for, so they have, so other cultures, so we have snow, snowfall, snowflakes, powder, uh, slush, sleet, blizzard, frost, flurry, hail. It's all a part of the same thing or whatever, right? Indigenous Arctic languages, Inuit or Yupik, have Quank, which is following so Pukak. Is that Pukak? Pukak. Sugar like snow fall on the ground, and then they just kind of go into it, right? Um, Other cultures, Scots language has at least what? Listen to are you guys seeing this? I don't know if it's small or anything. It might be way too small. I'm sorry, but it says that The Scots language has at least 421 documented words for snow from a historical weather project by the University of Glasgow, including words like sneeze, 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 to begin to rain or snow, uh, feeful, to swirl, and then skelf, a large snowflake. And they just kind of keep going from there. Okay. So I'm just saying, I mean, there's a lot of different words that we have for different things. But my point is this: if you want to learn more words, take a word like to categorize kitchen utensils, right? So if I were to say, um, shit, if I were to tell you that to name off, matter of fact, fuck that, I'm gonna ask you right now. I want you to give me 5 things that you can find in the kitchen. 5. I don't care who gives me what. Just give me 5 things that you'll find in the kitchen. 5. Or you know what? That's way too many. Just give me 3. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, depending on how fast you could type or whatever. So give me 3 to 5. How about that? You find me in the kitchen, okay? Uh, Wonderful. At least give me 2 more. So Jennifer, if you're gonna say me, then you'd have to say me, myself, and I. Okay, food, refrigerator, fork, spoon. Perfect. Anybody else besides Jennifer here that you're gonna find her in the kitchen? So okay, and stove. All right, perfect. Cool. So we got stove, food, refrigerator. Okay, Ben and Max, stay knife. Okay, ice machine, fork, fridge. Okay, so thank you guys. So here's my point. Here's my point. If you want to learn more things or whatever, if you want to learn more words, put them in a category. Put them in category. So if you say things that you'll find in the kitchen, if you were to say food, silverware, glass, cup, bowl, uh, knife, refrigerator, toaster, microwave, oven, table, chairs. You see what I'm saying? If you, I just named off all kinds of different stuff for you, didn't I? Right? If you think about when we're in school, they never give us words like that, do they? They give you they give you a list of ambiguous words. So they'll give you microwave, car, baseball bat, shovel, dirt, table, uh, sky. They'll give you words that have nothing to do with each other. And that's the reason why, for the most part, our language sucks sometimes. Because a lot of that stuff is so arbitrary that it's just random chaos, right? But if you put everything into its own category, you'll remember everything so much more. That's the reason why when I'm looking at a word, I'm always looking at the words that surround it. Okay. So if I look at the word, um, what word are we looking for? So if I want to say problem, right? So if I go to dictionary, right? So here, we'll go in here. Okay. I don't know what the hell that is. So I'll say uh kitchen, right? And then it'll give you all these different things, right? So if you go into a thesaurus, it'll tell you, God damn, like what? You get to do the same thing. Okay, cool. Right? What? Okay. So as you can see, it says gallery, canteen, cookery, cookhouse, cuisine, gallery, a mess, as in a mess hall, scullery. So you have all of these different words for this one thing. You see what I'm saying? That's how you learn. Um, that's how you improve your sorry. That's how you improve your vocabulary. Okay. Once you start doing that, hold on, your browser has lost connection to your screen. Okay, so that as long as you learn those things or whatever, how to categorize them, you will never forget words again. You will not forget them. And even if they're long, like I'll give you one. And I'm sorry, I'm not going off script, and I'm going off script, but I'm doing it for a reason. I want to show you something. So there's a word called, which I taught my kid years ago, and I want to show it to you right quick. Okay, hold on. Flock. Okay, here we go. Do you guys see this word right here? This word is floxinociny hilipilification. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Floxinociny hilipilification. By show of hands, how many of you have heard this word before? Floxinociny hilipilification. It has 29 letters in it. Floxinociny hilipilification. Right? So this word is one of the biggest words we have in the English language. Right? And what does it mean? The action or habit of estimating something as worthless. That's literally what it is. So it says, like, for example, my new book is more than just a 400-page exercise in floxinociny hilipilification. Right? So basically what he's saying is that his book is worth a lot more than it being worthless. Right? There's so much more to this book than it just being a 400-page of worthlessness. Right? That big ass word says one thing: estimating something as being worthless. That's it. Right? Now, if you ask me to spell it, please don't, because I'm good. No, thank you. I can read it. Spelling it, no, I cannot. Because I don't give a shit. But I can read it. Right? So again, I just want to give you that. So if you really want to learn something, that's how you learn it. Okay? Let's move on to the next shit. Okay, so number 4, more creative solutions. Do you have words to describe another way forward? Right? So when we're talking about our dreams, goals, aspirations, this, that, and the other, or whatever, even our problems, do you have another way to describe it? Right? Do you have another way of putting this problem so that we can maybe, kind of like a lawyer, how they switch words around so they can ask you one question 4 or 5 different ways, right? It's technically it's called the Socratic method of questioning, based on the philosopher Socrates, who asks who, what, where, why, when, and how, right? Of any conversation that you have with the person. As a life coach, I would have to ask you all of these different questions to get to understand where you are, where you've been, and where we're going. Now, I like to talk about where we are and where we're going more, but it helps me to understand where you've been, because I can use that as motivation, if need be, to get us kind of over whatever humps that we have. Hopefully that makes sense to you, right? So let me ask you guys, do you guys have another way of describing situations? Do you guys have the words? More than one. Can you form more than one sentence to structure where you're trying to get to in a different way? I guess that's the question I'm asking. Can you structure your questions, or can you structure your language in such a way that it can help you kind of get over? Of course, yes, ma'am. Opportunities to evolve, yes, ma'am. Very much so. Okay, so what about you, Jennifer? Do you have different ways of to describe certain things or whatever in order to create those opportunities to evolve. Right? Because again, there's one thing to talk about them, something totally different. Renita said, "Yep, okay, perfect." I mean, dude, you're a mad scientist, so you better have some words for it, right? You gotta have some words for it. Okay, what about the rest of you? Right, and again, we're not even talking about just problems. It's talking about just do you have the extended language to to move yourself forward or whatever instead of just using the same living my motto. Okay, what's your motto? Well, I would love to know what your motto is. Again, this is all stuff that everybody here we already talk about ourselves like a lot. So like we would love to know yours. Another way about this too, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm talking about how does your language expand your perspective, right? Now that I'm really asking you guys, like, how does your language expand or detract your perspective? Hold on. Perfect. I love that. Okay. And you were a little bit more specific in what you needed to be by superhero or whatever. So yeah, I remember you talked about that before. Okay. Gotcha. Totally understand. Jennifer, do you have that written down somewhere? So Rebecca, let me ask you, how does your language expand your perspective? I'm thinking about kind of like the conversation that we had last night about, the emails. Okay. I would suggest writing it down too. There's nothing like seeing it down on paper. Or hell, even on a phone. Put it down somewhere. But there's something to the writing. If you're able to. There's something to it. That's one of the things that we talk about here in our group constantly. Write it down. Write it down. I mean, I got 1,001 things chiseled right there, but man, it hit different when you write that out. You know, and Lord knows, listen, I'm not telling you what to do, ma'am. By no means, you do you, whatever that means for you. But I'm just telling you what works for us, or whatever. What has worked for us is us writing it down and being able to see it. You know what I'm saying? And hell, matter of fact, it'd be even better if you wrote it down multiple times so that it's not just with you, it's not just in you, it's with you. You know? I mean, when we look at the Constitution of America, when we look at the what is it, the Pledge of Allegiance, you can see it. I mean, you know it by heart, but you can also see it as well. You know? So sometimes, man, I mean, knowing it is one thing, but when you're seeing it, it just hits different. You know, just throwing it out there. Um, so sorry about that. So more words, more options. More words, more options. Oh, okay. No, no, no. Hey, no, and you're so good. You're so good, Rebecca. No, hey, you are so good. Thank you so much just for even hanging out with us in general. Um, it was basically just asking um, like how does your language expand perspective just in general? And we were talking about the emails that you sent yesterday with, of not getting the uh the answer that you were looking for back. So then you just restructured how you were gonna, throw that back out there to them. So I was asking if you'd resent the email asking, about the two questions that they didn't answer. You know what I mean? And so it was basically just about the way that we structure our language in general. So if you asked her a question or asked them a question and they only gave you part of it, did you have to restructure your language to get the answer back that you were looking for? So that's all I was asking. And I know Jerry Bear's on his way to Texas, which is crazy. But as long as he's safe, man, that's all that matters. Um, okay, Chris says it allows me to understand other perspectives. Hell yes, it does. Wonderful. Expression unlocks innovation. And expression unlocks innovation. So again, the more words you understand and know, the bigger your reality opens up a little bit more. Right? That's why people say there's a difference between reading and comprehension. Hell, damn near anybody can read, but comprehending what you read, that's something different, right? Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, I was a music major, so much of my preferred communication is nonverbal. But I did send another email, but no reply at all yet. So no idea if it did any better or not. Cool, no problem or whatever. We just gonna keep trying. Like I said, we keep blowing them up it's until until they send us a cease and desist. We keep emailing them. We don't stop until they get lawyers involved. Especially if you got money, you paying these people. Yeah, we're not playing that. Yeah, I would, Jennifer. I would very much do that. Uh, that is very funny. Yes. Listen, I love a good fuck. Love it. Absolutely adore it. All I'm saying is that there's sometimes there's some places, there's some people where they people do get offended by your lackluster of a limited vocabulary, right? And Lord knows I love cussing, but I also have an extensive lexicon as well. But that's just me though. But yes, I that's funny. I love that. All right, so fun fact. All right, so naming emotions reduce their power. Again, we've talked about this before. Um, Neuroscientists call it affect labeling. Just saying, I feel frustrated can reduce the this that part of the indubla amagata or the activity and help regulate your emotions. So that's that part of um when you get pissed off, that's what that is. You know? So just by saying that, like, man, like, dude, I'm pissed off right now, it lowers your shit, right? I feel frustrated right now. I feel hurt right now. I am I feel anxious right now. I'm upset. I'm sad. I'm pissed. I'm hurting. Again, it lowers a lot of those negative emotions or whatever. Those heightened emotions get lowered just by using your words to explain what's going on. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that punching a goddamn wall or a bag or kicking something ain't gonna make you feel just as good because it will. But at least if you're using your words, it may not hurt as bad. So, just think about that. Just think about that. All right, number 5. Better communication. Can you clearly express what you need? Daniel Tiger says it helps to say I'm mad. Daniel Tiger. Oh, Daniel. Oh, I remember him. I used to watch that with Caden. Daniel Tiger. Yeah, little guy with the red sweater. Yeah, we used to sit and watch Caillou all the time. Your little cancer boy from Canada. Yeah, we used to watch. We used to watch that too. I love it. Okay, so can you clearly express um what you need? Clearly express it. Yeah. Again, like I said before, man, if you can't fucking call you. I'm just telling you, man. I like that little bald dude. Yeah, I did. Uh, so can you actually express like what you need? Again, and that's using your words. That's putting your hand up and saying, "Hey, man, I need help." Um, the Pete Ricketts of cartoons. That's so funny. That is funny. Wow, our people are going in on this dude. I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Right. So, can you guys actually express your stuff? Right. Or I mean, or do you? Let me ask you: do some of you guys need to work on expanding your vocabulary? I mean, Lord knows, I think we all could. I'll go first. I know I can. I don't think there's anything wrong with expanding it more. Right? That leads to better communication. I mean, as a life coach, and again, sometimes I have sucked at this. Sucked. Sucked. Like, man, sometimes I am horrible. Right? And it's not that I don't have the words to say. It's not that I don't have the vocabulary to use it or when to use it. Sometimes I just don't feel like communicating. Y'all ever get like that? It's like, I don't feel like talking today. Sometimes I just like to be quiet. I know that's hard to believe, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do like to be quiet sometimes. Just saying. How does a poor vocabulary lead to poor results? And I'm actually asking you guys, how does a poor vocabulary lead to poor results? Like, well, what do you guys think on that? How does a poor vocabulary lead to poor results? Jessica, you here? How does a poor vocabulary refer to right? Because it could right, correct. On both ends. Refer to current POTUS. Right. But again, it's based on that lack of communication. Or shit, sometimes overstimulation of communication in that man's case. Right? But clarity builds connection. You know? But we do that when again we were talking about the what was it, confidence gap? Was that yesterday or the day before? Please. Right, you won't be able to articulate your thoughts well, thoughts clearly. You're right. And I've done that on multiple occasions. Right? It's been just kind of like, kind of dismissive sometimes with it. And it's happened. It's happened. Right? But words bridge that gap, guys. It bridges it. Words will bridge the gap to a lot of different things. Yes, that's why I'm always asking people, what does this mean to you? Right? What does this mean? And when you have poor communication, Jessica, for the last couple of weeks, we have seen what happens with poor communication. We have witnessed firsthand what happens when people have poor communication. Have we not? Have we been getting our asses handed to us because of other people's poor communication skills? Yes, sir, Chris. Good job. Thank you. Misunderstanding what you want from the other person. Yes. Yeah, because of miscommunication. Right? And sometimes it's poor vocabulary. But dude, that also means that you have to be able to stream your thoughts together as well. Right? Oh, that's deep, Jennifer. That's deep. I 100% agree with you. And you know what? A lot of that came from trauma too. Not only does it usually lead to trauma, a lot of it came out of it. It was birthed out of trauma. Okay? Birthed out of it. Yeah, and that shit sucks. Okay? All right, number 6. He offers a stronger self-awareness. Stronger self-awareness. So, how do words help you notice the subtle shifts in yourself? And again, I'm really asking you guys, how when you talk to yourself, if you whatever you say to yourself about yourself, what do you notice that depending on what you say, you feel a little bit better or worse? I mean, it doesn't always have to be, or maybe you don't feel anything, right? I mean, can you remember a time when you've said something to yourself? Oh, excuse me. Um, how do better words? Yeah, sorry about that. I was thinking about something else. Help you notice the subtle shifts in yourself. How have you guys noticed that? I know I do. Here, I'll go first. I notice that there's always this subtle shift in everything that I do or whatever when I'm using certain words. Especially when I learn another one yes, that's thank you. That's exactly what it is, Jennifer. It's a release. It is a release. And it feels tremendous. Feels amazing to be able to just to get it out, right? How many of you guys have felt that? Christopher said yes. Okay. How many of you guys have felt that, as Jennifer calls it, of that release? Like when you get some good news and that proverbial weight has been lifted off of your shoulders and it just feels so good. It feels so good. Oh, Renita said I. Okay. What about you, Jessica? What about you, Yadi? I don't even know if Yadi's even with us. She's probably out driving around right now in her new car. In her brand new Chevy Cruze. Hmm. Oh, she said, I'm here. I'm sorry, I thought you was out driving around in your brand new car. Right? Okay, so what's the cost of not having language in your inner life? Especially especially when you say something positive about yourself or to yourself. What cost do you think is gonna come from having that negative chitter chatter? What cost do you think you're gonna pay for having a negative self-talking disposition about yourself? What costs are you gonna pay for that? What about you, Jessica? What cost is going to come from having a negative disposition about what you say to yourself? There it is. Self-loathing, anger issues. We need to say you'll be fucked up. Okay, so the question, Jessica, is what happens when you talk shit to yourself constantly? I mean, again, especially if that's the only voice that you're listening to, the words that you're using to describe your situation, the words that you're using to describe who you are in that situation, the words that you're using to project and predict the type of person you're going to become based off of that situation. What's the cost of talking shit to yourself? That's the question. Yeah, I might start yelling at Jerry about it a lot. I mean, hey, as long as it's something positive in there, you know what I'm saying? As long as there's something positive in there. Here's the thing, at the end of the day, yes, oh my God. Yes. Yes. Go. Yes, yes, yes. 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 Like you just said there, Jennifer, it circles back to that trauma. Yes. And again, like, like our crew here, they'll tell you, man, the only reason why we can talk about our trauma is because we done ripped that band-aid off and we done settled through it. We done talked through it, right? We know exactly who we are and what we stand on. And again, because we all wrote it out. We all talked about that. You know what I mean? And yeah, like you just said, that you can literally destroy yourself, Renita. You so right. Destroy yourself based on what you say to yourself. Based on what you say to yourself. There's a book. Again, you know me, sorry. Going back to the book shit again, right? You guys are like, dude, what the fuck's up with him and them books? Right? It's by Shad Homesteader. And the book is called um, What to Say when you talk to yourself. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'm trying to. This book right here, it's called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. It's one of the best books that I've ever read in self-help and what people say to themselves in general. This book, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was written in like the late 70s or early 80s. Give me a second. Hold on, let me see. Nope, 1986. That's when this book came out. 1986. I don't know if you can read the whole thing on here. The book's been out for quite some time. But if you guys ever get the chance to just sit down and take a ganders at it, it's an amazing book. Um, it's amazing, and the objective of it is literally just some of the shit that we say to ourselves is horrible, and then we wonder why we and it's not even about goal setting, it's about how we feel about ourselves. Yeah, then we wonder why we're so anxious for things, why depression is at an all-time high, where suicide is again at an all-time high. And people promise us that, well, once everybody gets connected to each other via the internet, cell phones, social media, we're going to be closer than we have ever been before. But actually, the that's to the contrary, because we're actually more divided than we've ever been. We're more connected, but we're also more divided than we've ever been as well. People feel, listen to me. I got 4,000 friends. And again, I say this all the time, 4,500 and some odd friends on Facebook. But 1% are here every single night. 2%. 2% are here every night. 2% of that 4,500, 2% are here. So it's not based on what somebody else says to me. It's what I say to myself that keeps me showing up. You see what I mean? If that makes any sense. And that's the reason why that this thing up here says that those, excuse me, how do words help you notice those subtle shifts in yourself? That's where it comes from. Your language will reveal the patterns that you have within yourself. So if you say horrible things about yourself, I don't have to hear what you say. I could see how you say or what you say to yourself. Think about that. I don't have to hear what you say. I can see what you say. If that makes any sense. I don't have to hear you. I can see it. Right? Awareness starts with articulation. Can you articulate exactly where we are? Can you articulate what your problem is? Can you articulate the problem in general? Because here's the thing, like we talked about yesterday, most of us can't. Most of us have no idea what the fucking problem is in general, let alone to name it, describe it, and then solve it. Most people think that I don't need nobody's help. I don't need to go ask for help. Okay, cool. All right. All right. But again, where's that thinking? What's that think? What is that type of thinking costing you? Right? I'm always keep my hand up and ask for help. Always. Because I know, even as smart as I am dumb as shit. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? Even as smart as I know that I am dumb as shit. Because I know that I don't know a lot. You know what I mean? Like if I were to draw a big circle like this one right here, I only know that little dot there. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think you can see the little dot that I put in there. A dot of this big, vast amount of what we call knowledge. I have a dot of it. Not even a dot, a grain of sand in the speck of a universe. That's how much knowledge we have. So to sit there and think that I know everything, the fuck I do, I don't. Right? Right? Jennifer said 20 years of therapy. Yep, 20 years of therapy to do that to you. Okay. All right. So here's our last slide right quick. So number 3, actually technically 4, people who use precise words are seen as more trustworthy. The more clearly you speak, the more people will believe that you know what you're talking about, even if you say less overall. Ain't that crazy? Why do y'all think that politicians get away with so much shit? Just saying. Why do y'all think that politicians get away with so much? Because they got that slick ass tongue, man. And we automatically give trust to people that talk well. Isn't that crazy? That can articulate their sentence, that can articulate their arguments. Most of the time, it's not an argument is not even based on fact. That's just based on emotion. It's based on who has the best, not even the best argument. It's who can argue better. not even based on facts. If you think I'm bullshitting, how many people are in prison right now because somebody argued to put them there? Right? But the facts said differently. I got books uh back there is all of my books on nope businesses back there, but also government, race, um, politics and stuff is all back there as well. Right? All of my stuff is categorized, everything. Okay. All right. So real quick, here is your cheat sheet. But here's the thing: most of you already have it because I sent it to you today. But I just wanted to give it to you anyway. So real fast before I let you guys go, which one of these did you guys? Um, which one spoke to you the most? Clear thinking, emotional regulation, um, faster pattern recognition, more creative solutions, better communication, stronger self awareness. Like expanding your vocab. Like what's the what's the thing on that? And here's the thing. She said the whole thing. That's crazy. Um, yeah. So what did you guys think about the fun facts too? I just want to ask you guys too before we get out of here because I know some of those things are. I want to make sure that I give you guys information that you don't have because there's no reason to keep giving you guys information on stuff that you already know about. I want to give you stuff that you guys have no idea what we're talking about. She's like, I love, and you know what? I want to also say that I want to give a special thank you to Benito, Yadi's husband, for giving me the idea of doing fun facts. Because he was like, dude, like he knows all these things about cars and stuff. And we were sitting there talking. He was like, maybe that should be something that you do doing your podcast or whatever. Just kind of talk about these different things, whatever things that people don't know. I was like, man, that sounds like a good idea, but I didn't implement it until now. So we have word of the week. We have daily synopsis, no synonym, and what else do we have? Fun facts. So thank you guys for adding to our little. No, put that back. Okay. Put that one back. If you want a different one, you can have a different one, but those are almost gone. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Hey, listen, I want to also give a special. What is that? PSA, public service announcement. If you come to my house, please do not drink up my wild cherry Pepsi Zero Sugar because everybody keeps taking that one. I got all kinds of other shit here. Please stop taking that one. That works. Take that one. I'm just saying, come on now. Goddamn. Yeah, me and him love Pepsi. Like, yeah, y'all killing my stuff. Good gracious. All right, ladies and gents, I'm gonna let you guys out of here. Hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. Miss you. Okay, number 4. Sadly, our legal system is just really competition between. Yeah. Chris, we're gonna have to talk about that later. I like that too, though, buddy. But okay, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Sleep well, dream big, and like Miss Anya would say, bye.